Hola, people. Hello. Welcome. How's it going? Shit. Sorry, I dropped some cards, y'all. Sugar. How's everyone doing? What's up? What's good? Tell me all the good stuff. Let's know. Uh Sorry, I'm looking for something. I'm gonna share this on my I need yeah. I just need some things. Well, hello, Raina. Hello, Annie. Hello, Nadia. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So, what's good? What's up? We're gonna so I have been working on I'm relaunching my Patreon. And I've been working very hard at getting everything together. I am deleting a lot of old posts that are no longer relevant, sprucing it up. So when you join, you'll have content. Like I create content daily as it is, but you'll have content to work through and have fun with. There'll be spells and formulas and worksheets and all kinds of stuff. There's a shit ton of information that I forgot was there. So it'll be fun. So I'm working all of that out, and I'm hoping within a week or two, I'll be able to release it. With that being said, that's why I'm doing this publicly. We're gonna do a week ahead reading for January 2nd, 2022, through the 8th. January 8th. So we'll do a week ahead reading, just to kind of give us a collective vibe, collective energy, to see what's up, to best plan for the week ahead, to be aware of what might happen, what kind of energies we're working with and how we respond to them, all of that. Okay. So yeah, if you enjoy the work that I do and appreciate it, and you can, and you're in a place where you're able to, and you'd like to support this experience, this business, you're more than welcome to do so via PayPal or Amazon wishlist. You don't have to. It's just something to put out there. All of it helps. It really does. Hello, Mona Lee. Good to see you. Good to see you. So let me move this over. I did it. I fixed it. I had January 1st at first, and I'm like, oh no, 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 that's not it. It's it's the second. So take some time, y'all. Take some time to ground and center and focus on your breathing, focus on your heartbeat. Take some time to breathe, to call in your spirits, your guides, your gods, your allies, your ancestors. Call in all the good shit for your highest and best. Call it in, allow it to be there with you, to impress upon you, allow it to inspire you, allow it to motivate you, and all that good stuff. So we're going to choose 4 cards today for our week ahead. So when you're ready, go ahead and comment 1, 2, 3, or 4, the first number that pops into your head. And just know that all cards are a part of our reading. The card that you choose is just something that might be a little more of a focal piece for the week for you, or something that's a little more dominant this week for you. So just go ahead, or write down whatever you prefer, comment or write down 1, 2, 3, or 4. And if you know anyone who might be interested in this experience, this adventure that we're creating together, feel free to invite them. Send this to them in Messenger and say, "Hey, you might be interested." You know. Well, if you're feeling 3 and 4, well, pay attention to those. Yes, absolutely. 4 and 2, awesome. All right. Still shuffling these cards because, still a new deck, and I'm getting, I don't know, these cards are seems just so thick. Uh I'm used to working with my Rider Waite Smith. That's really I've it's well loved, well used. So I mean, I know how to shuffle them. This is just so much in my hands. So 1, 2, 3, or 4, the first number or so that pops into your head, and let us see. We're working with. Did I tell you already? The Light Seers Tarot. Oh my gosh, it's so gorgeous. I'll post pictures after. But the Light Seers Tarot, oh, so precious. It's so precious. I don't. Yeah. Ooh, hello. That card's cute. I'm not sure it's gonna be good, but it's cute. Okay, all right. Okay, so let me get this out of the way, y'all. I have a mess. I have like so many crochet projects that I'm working on. Finalizing, sewing together. It's just there's poppet heads and bodies all over the place. It's just a mess. That's what I have here. So, are you ready? The first card. The first card is a major arcana card. So it's a major card, and with major cards we know that this is something really important for us to pay attention to. This is like, the week ahead has some big shit going on. It has some like big events going on, things that we really need to pay attention to. And it might not just be like a big event going on. It could be like, something small, something that's initiating, that's going to lead to something big. So we have to pay attention to, like when the major arcana, when they speak to us, it's very important that we listen to their message and see what they have to offer us. Well, the first card is the devil. The devil, I love the devil. The devil card. And so, in the darkness I am free to heal everything. In the darkness I am free to heal everything. So, vices, the grip of addiction, a need for liberation. And I want to say something, sorry, about addiction. It doesn't need. It can mean many things. Like, we can be addicted to so many different things. It doesn't just mean like what people judge as harsh drugs, whatever that means to people, because it's not the same, right? So addiction could be to food, it could be to consuming technology, it can be addiction could be I'm addicted to feeling a certain type of way, right? There's so many different things that can fall into that category that we have to be aware of. So vices, the grip of addiction, a need for liberation, healthy versus unhealthy, sexuality, materialism, the healing found in darkness. I like that. The healing found in darkness, delving into your shadow self, being trapped in your own stories. Ooh, that's a good one. Being trapped in your own stories, manipulation, lying to yourself, temptation. What does that say to you? What do those words say to you? How do they make you feel? What pops up? Just feel free. Anything that pops into your head, share. The devil reaches out his hand, granting a release from the mundane with promises of earthly and material pleasures. While sometimes this release is healthy and necessary, he hides the fact that he offers everything you can become addicted to, from alcohol, drugs, work, and sex to more nuanced addictions like codependent relationships or how others make you feel. Anything that can entrap you to overtake your life can be harmful in excess. The devil is a nudge to delve into your own shadows. He will bring you there, and then it's up to you to either fall fully into darkness or to work on healing your own relationship with your beautiful heart. Illuminate the things that are vying for your time, your energy, and your love that leave you feeling empty. Remember that addictions don't necessarily look scary and demonic until they do. Seek liberation from the bindings that are keeping you trapped and untether yourself in darkness. Look to fragmented aspects of the self as a source of light. Ooh, what does that say to you? How does that make you feel? The devil. The devil pops up for our week ahead. So we know that I feel like balance is in order here with the devil initiating the week ahead. We recognize that, what, this week I need to be very, very careful as to what feels good and what does not feel good. I need to be very careful and pay attention to what I might be consuming in excess, what I might be doing, when I might be doing things to sort of like take myself out of my own self. Does that make sense? So it's really important this week to pay attention to what we are doing and why we are doing these things, because sometimes we escape reality, and that's okay at times. But when we are escaping reality more than living it, that might be problematic for us. When we seek to escape and not really deal with the challenges that are in our lives right now, when it's like, I don't want to deal with this, I don't want to look at this, I don't want to feel this, and so I'm going to run away from myself, and I'm going to seek comfort in things that are, maybe naturally good, but I'm not using them for good reasons. Does that make sense? And so the week ahead, something to pay attention to. Like there is this sort of liberation that is to be had. It's like, the devil offers you that sort of, to face your fears. The devil offers you that energy where it's like, look, I'm offering you reality. I'm offering you things that, yes, you can get caught up in, you can get, overwhelmed by. Yes, you might be addicted to, you might get addicted to, right? I'm offering you a solution to work through the challenges and the fears that are there. I'm offering you this key, but with this key comes, responsibilities. With this offering, this opportunity, this pathway that is being presented. There are oh shit, there's a term totally flew out of my head, but there's things attached to it. There's attachments to this offering. It's like, okay, I have the power to decide to go through this and to work through these things, and it's up to me to decide not to get through this in a way that I'm addicted to this, right? So I have to be very aware of this fear-based energy where I'm using it to as a crutch, or I'm using it and confronting it and working through it to get through a challenge. So the devil here, there are strings attached to this at times, and uh yeah, so something to be aware of. So let's just get some more information, okay? The second card, the card that comes after the devil, is the Four of Wands. The Four of Wands, celebration, prosperity, an important event or milestone, gathering of souls, kindred, stability in home and relationships. Sometimes signifies marriage. The Four of Wands, I am devoted to my connectedness, and I celebrate the wonder of loving bliss with my community. What does that say to you? How does that make you feel? Bring the noise, bring the noise. It's time to kick back in joyful elation. You've been building foundations, and after a period of massive shifting, it's time to enjoy some well deserved communal bliss. If you've been through a cycle of rapid expansion and awakening, this card marks a transition into a more harmonic and stable state. You have reached new levels of consciousness, and it's the perfect time to enjoy a milestone event and celebrate with the people who love you. Love them right back as they are, and sometimes this card signifies a marriage, or another significant occasion. While connecting with friends and family, make sure you relax, release, and allow your body to integrate all the lessons you've been working through. Happiness and harmony are yours to be had. Enjoy these warm vibes of celebration and success. Also, when was the last time you danced? Ooh, the Four of Wands. What does that say to you? How does that make you feel? The Four of Wands. Let's talk about it a little bit. Um, especially coming right after the Devil card. Um, it's beautiful because the devil is not the Christian devil. It's not at least not the way I interpret it, not the way that I express it here. It's more of like this, this ignorance or this darkness, these things that we're not aware of, the things that might be a little more challenging that help us, perfect what we really want. And then the Four of Wands comes up and it's like, look, it's time to celebrate. It's time to uplift. It's time. You've been building that foundation. You've been setting those intentions. You've been creating. You've been doing the work, and now it's time to allow yourself to take a breather. It's time to celebrate life. You've been through some challenges, you've been through some really heavy things right now, and it is okay. Let me just tell you this now. It is okay for you to be happy and find happiness. It might not be the same. It might not be the same happy or happiness as you have experienced prior, because again, with like, let's say, endings of relationships, death, and things that we release, right? it doesn't always feel good when we have to face our fears and face the challenges in life. It doesn't always feel great, but and we get scared to have to carry on, to move forward, to live on. And so we might have that fear-based energy there, but the Four of Wands is expressing that it's okay. It's okay for you to find bits of happiness, bits of joy in your life, even when you're going through challenge, even when you're going through hurt. Like, it is okay for you to receive that experience, to receive joy and happiness and upliftment. And it is okay for you to allow yourself to laugh, to smile, to embrace the good that is, there in life. Does that make sense? So, with the Four of Wands, I do feel like this week. It's time for us to remember to celebrate our successes and to celebrate the things that are going right. Instead of getting caught up in that darkness, instead of getting caught up in the frustration, the challenge, the friction, it's important that we allow ourselves to focus and take time to just have fun, take time to do things that are important to us, that align with just letting go, releasing, and dancing to the energy that is present in our life. Okay, so with that, let's see. Let's get a little more information. And now we have the five. Oh, good. I'm glad you had a fun New Year's Eve. So the Five of Swords comes after. The Five of Swords can represent conflict, unfair advantage, experiencing loss, the need to build your skills and your confidence, hollow victories. The lessons move me ahead always. So you may have experienced an unexpected loss that has left you a little bit sore. Sometimes life isn't just or fair. And these inequities can drain our energy for much longer than they need to. Ooh, they can drain us much longer than they need to. Often, it's the fear of failure that does most of the draining. The fear of failure that does most of the draining. If you are feeling outsmarted or outjousted, remember that one chapter doesn't define you. Wins and losses are both a part of the human experience, and the keys to self improvement lie dormant inside the difficulties. Boost your consciousness, upgrade your skills, and build on this experience. In shadow, we learn that winning isn't everything, especially when deceit is a part of the strategy. The obsessive desire to win can have us stopping at nothing to feel victorious. And in the long run, we risk everything we've built along the way. You may find yourself a few steps backward after winning if you are not bringing your integrity to the games. The lessons move me ahead always. What does that say to you? How does that make you feel? What pops up for you? This is this is interesting, to be quite clear about that. This is interesting because we have the devil, we have the Four of Wands, and then the Five of Swords. Pay attention to the way you communicate, pay attention to what you say to people, pay attention to how you paint other people. Remember, this is your life, but if you're talking shit about someone, if you talk shit about someone, if you're painting the picture of someone in a way that is really, you know tearing them down, that energy has its consequences. I'm not telling you not to do it. I'm just saying that when you focus on that energy, as you give it life, as you give it activation, it has its consequences. And we have to take responsibility for what we choose and what we put out there, right? And so the Five of Swords, it's definitely saying time to pay attention to what's going on, and that um it's just there's conflict here in our lives. And so conflict isn't necessarily an absolute negative thing. Conflict allows us to grow. It allows us to remember, like, look, we cannot control what other people do. We cannot control how other people respond. We cannot control what other people are believing. All we can do is control how we participate in our life. So this week, very, very important for us to be very aware of how we are participating in our life and what we are doing, how we put our story out there, what we engage in, what we allow within our life, right? If someone is saying something in your space that you don't agree with, or you don't like, or you don't want to participate in, Five of Swords, hey, look, I understand that this is what you believe. I understand that this is what you feel, and I acknowledge it, but I'm not going to participate in that. I don't want to go down that path. And so I would love for you to not bring that to this table. Does that make sense? Okay. So, the Five of Swords. And it's also, the Five of Swords also comes in like, look, now is the time to build yourself up, especially with the devil over here and the Four of Wands over here. It's definitely saying, look, it's time to build yourself up. Stop worrying about what other people are doing. Like, if someone else got the promotion, well, build yourself up. Get extra education, put yourself in a position where the next time a promotion comes, it's yours, because you are building yourself up. You are enhancing your skills. You are doing what it takes to put yourself in a position to receive even more blessings. Now is not the time to complain. Now is not the time to whine, to bitch and moan, right? Now is the time to look at your life and say, hey, this is what I want. This is what I'm investing in. I know that my skills are a little rusty, or I need to get better at this. And so I am going to invest in myself. I am going to do this. So this week, very important to ask yourself, like, what in my life do I need to uplift? What in my life do I need to perfect? What skills, do I have that could use a little sprucing up? Make sense? Five of Swords. And it can be a little overwhelming, it can be a little painful with the mind, but it's really important that we learn how to communicate effectively in alignment with where our heart is, and what we want to be receiving in life. Um, let's see, control over our unbalanced animal instincts by reuniting them with our higher self. Yes, yeah, I like it. And allowing all aspects to have their place. Like, we're not fighting anything, we're flowing with it. Totally, I like it. um and I think that when we fight, when we push against our own nature and what we truly desire, we get those headaches. We get those headaches in our lives, and so it's like we have to allow ourselves to be liberated, allow ourselves to just be free, and allow ourselves to celebrate, and just learn how to communicate a better story when we want that, right? So the last card for this week, the card that sort of finalizes the week, is another swords card, the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords. I speak with wisdom and clarity. I speak with wisdom and clarity. A thought leader, unbiased decision making, an excellent communicator, wise and logical counsel, integrity and honesty, being perceptive, intelligent, being direct, seeking truth. The Queen of Swords. Highly astute, intellectual, and honest, she watches calmly over her kingdom. Graceful and logical, her wisdom is framed in truth and proof, and she avoids the gossip or fluff that others may want to hear. She asks you to be honest in your relationships, direct in your speech, and witty if you want to be, but above all, to bring your clear headed, unbiased reasoning to the table. Sometimes this communication style can come across as cold or cutting, I know. So if you are having trouble communicating something that is difficult for another person to hear, know that you can always dip your toe into the cup of empathy and compassion to help with your delivery. Sharp analysis and careful consideration are always intelligent moves, as is being able to clearly connect with others in a way that is easily accepted and understood. A clear heart and a clear mind will allow you to speak your truth always. So, what does that say to you? How does that make you feel? the Queen of Swords. Let me get a little sip. Let me get a little drink. Hold on. But yeah, let me know what are your thoughts. It seems this week though, it seems this week is going to require us to be very specific, very clear as to what we mean. Like there's no like don't beat around the bush, you know. Don't talk in riddles. Like if you want something, if you need something, if you have something to say, it is going to be extremely important this week to express it, and don't express it in a way that is hard for people to understand. You know, people speak in riddles all the time, or they say things and expect you to get it, and they're like, why didn't you do this? You never asked me to do this. Yes, I did. I put it out there. But you didn't ask me. That happens to me a lot. Like someone will say something, but they won't just tell me what they want or what they need. I'm like, I'm not going to do something. I'm not always great at reading between the lines, especially when your lines are like all over the place and in a whole different realm, you know? But all you have to do is be clear. Don't tell me what to do. Ask me. Like ask for help. Ask for something. You know? Does that make sense? Yes, be direct and honest. Absolutely. Like I feel like this week is going to be a lot of that for us, that energy to be direct, to be honest, and to not get so emotionally involved. Like you know, because it can be easy right now for our feelings to be hurt, and maybe someone's not trying to hurt our feelings. So it very well could be that we need to put those aside and really, you know, analyze the situation. What is going on here? What is really meant? And for us to be very clear in our relationships, very clear as to what we want. And again, you know, a lot of people are setting intentions and making resolutions right now, which is I commend you. I applaud you. That's great, and I'm happy for you. I want all the success for you, but I will also encourage you to be clear. You know, be clear. Don't just say I want to lose weight. Well, how much weight do you want to lose? What is healthy for you? You know, and then what are you going to do about it? Like, make a plan. Be clear. I want to feel this way. I want to create this. This is what I want. This is what's going to happen. This is how I am going to do, you know, initiate that. Does that make sense? So so all cards. We have the Devil, the Four of Wands, the Five of Swords, and the Queen of Swords. All cards for this week are, you know, there's a sort of like intellectual battle, but it's a battle of wits. It's a battle of the mind, of mental clarity, of how we express our story. You know, the Devil is like liberating us right now. We are being given opportunity to work through these challenges. With the Devil card, it's like, okay, we're only chained by our own thought process. We're chained and we're held back by our own doing, our own mindset, our own programming. And so if we want differently, then we do have to face the fact that maybe we don't have differently because we like, you know, where we are. We like being able to be we have to be very honest with ourselves. Some people like that story to complain. Some people enjoy and get off on the fact that they are miserable, you know? And until we can confront that and say, you know what, I really enjoyed this part of me playing the victim, right? I enjoyed that because I get attention. I got this, I got that, I got that, right? And so we have to be very aware. That's where the Devil comes in. It's like, okay, we might be doing this to ourselves. And so we have to liberate ourselves. We have to put ourselves in a position to speak clearly and to express clearly, communicate clearly as to what we want, and be very honest with ourselves so we can take the next step, we can move forward. And it is important that we allow ourselves to celebrate, to honor, to dance, and to move energy in our lives. So this week is also about movement. So we do need to take action. So whatever it is that you want out of, whatever it is, like again, you know, the Devil on some level for people is about contracts, you know. So whatever contract that you're in, you can get out of, but you have to choose it. You have to choose to get out of it. You have to choose differently, right? uh so and in order for you to do something about it, you have to put yourself in a position where you are committed to doing something about it. Take action. and know that there might be conflict that comes up, but that conflict is it's all up to you to discern how you want to navigate that conflict. So if you have an argument with someone, you don't have to be the one to keep going at it. You can think about it for a second. Like, look, I know that some communication issues might come up, and so I'm ready for that. I will listen, I will take a breath, and I will figure out like what do I want out of the situation. And so I'm going to participate clearly in this sort of experience and say, look, this is what's up. And be honest, and lead your thoughts to success, lead your life to success by implementing thoughts and actions that are in alignment with what you really want for yourself this week. So think about it. Any last minute thoughts? uh Yeah, time to be strong and move forward. Yes. It's like, here, I'm offering you, like the devil offers us this opportunity to have fun, to grow. And some of these growth experiences aren't as pleasant as we like them to be, but they will help us to feel better. They will help if we choose to navigate through them, if we choose to, honor them and say, look, time to move forward. Boom. um we can heal through this. We're being given opportunities this week to bring healing and clarity into our life. So no more beating around the bush, right? So it takes time. It takes time. uh yeah, I hear you. I hear you. And just an example, Nadia. I'm not telling you, what to do or anything, but just an example. The devil, four of wands, five of swords, queen of swords, and with this situation, very well could be like, oh, there's something there that's challenging you and tempting you, and maybe is there fear of living beyond this relationship? Is there fear there? And so fear is making me want to go back, or do I really want this? Is this something I really want to work through? Again, no judgment. It's up to you to discern that, right? And so the devil is like there to say, hey, this happened, this experience happened. What do you want to do with it? Like, are you are you happy to go back? What things need to change, or do you need to liberate yourself and really experience freedom in a whole different way? It's going to be a mind fuck. Five of swords, it hurts the head. A lot of things of airy nature, intellectual things, analytical stuff is coming up, which is hurting the headspace. And so it might be important for you to sort of balance the emotion, bring the emotion into your thoughts, right? And then queen of swords is like, okay, once you think about all of this, once you figure out what you really want for yourself, like what's going to make you happy, then queen of swords, I'm going to lead into this. I'm going to lead my life. I'm going to lead into this experience, like whether I choose to try and mend things or go back, or whether I choose to just move forward. You at least have that conviction of self, knowing clearly what you want to do, and then you can back it up with action. So that's just just something to consider with the cards for the week. But just think, everyone, think about what you want. Think about being how you can best be clear. So clearly communicate, be honest, and know that it's also time to have fun. It's time to celebrate. It's time to allow energy to move through, and get things started. Okay, but be clear in what you want to be doing. All right. So, with that being said, y'all, if you have any last minute thoughts, feel free to share them. I thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you showing up. I will post the pictures in a little while on my Instagram, which will share to my Facebook page. So, you'll be able to see them. If you enjoy this experience and you want to show your support, there are various ways to show your support in the links in the description. I will be releasing my Patreon in a week or so, hopefully we'll see. It's a lot of work to go through a lot of stuff. So yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much. And I will talk to you soon. Okay, take care.